guys, it's Charlotte and Robin, the Renegade Twins, and you're tuning in to the 3 Count Podcast.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know what y'all like. Hit him with a 3 count. On the top row crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy, your cousin, your nephew, the world's greatest hater, the Don, Chaz Evans, and you are checking out the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. All right, let me introduce to you my faction, my trio's partners. Introducing first, he is, quite frankly, you know, he's the guy that runs the show because I really don't do anything, really. I just sit here and talk trash. He's the landlord of the dog pound. He is silky smooth because guess what? He can slide underneath guardrails just like it was Call of Duty. Like legit. It was a video game. I watched it literally no more than like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah, it's the Red Dog. You're like, give it up. Like I don't have my sound machine. I would give you a round of applause.
Yeah, it's the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. And just like, you know, a good poop, I just slide around. That shit happened. That was the craziest thing that happened on our show at EWA last night. I didn't expect that to happen. It was awesome. So yeah,
because you too
watching
smooth.
back, I was like, dang, that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's wild.
And the video of that, by the way,
bro. Listen, it was crazy. I didn't even know. So okay, let me get your intro, Damien. Let me be nice before we get into this. All right, all right. Introducing next. All right, he is from the depths of the underworld. Okay, he is the supervillain. He is the master of darkness, Master Xehanort in the flesh. He was there for the very first wrestling match. Okay, right. And guess what? It was a shoot, brother. Ladies and gentlemen,
I told you, Jesus and Judas. That was definitely a shoot.
Ladies and gentlemen, the super villain, Damien Fatale.
What did it do?
All right, so listen, let's talk about this.
Yeah,
so
I actually have a face. You're right. I really do. It's because I live in lovely Utah, so it's like daytime here.
This is weird. You saying lovely Utah, like you just
beautiful here.
I know. I listen. It's still. I can't believe you're like literally not down the Beltway anymore.
Nope. Over 2,000 miles away.
I legit drive by the exit and I go, oh. So, but anyway, so look, last night EWA had Evolution out there in my castle, okay, because that's my kingdom, right? Legit. I have take claim of that building, okay, that is mine. Legit, I'll take it. I am, but anyway, yeah, Bel Air Armory in Bel Air, Maryland. So you know, Cliff right here, right? His goal was to get the brass knuckles to Cousin Rico, right? Because Cousin Rico was trying. We know Cousin Rico asked for our help. He said, "Hey, trying to win the Maryland title. You know, you my cousin. Help me out." And we got his back. You know, we distracted the old boy, and while the ref was too busy looking at us, Cliff, Call of Duty style, like legit, slides through the bottom of the guardrail, hops up, legit, has time to go, shoot, here's the nuts, bro. Rico puts it on, clock, just flush, clock, tosses it back to Cliff. Cliff puts it in his vest, and all of a sudden, legit, this is how it was, because I didn't know, because I was too busy beating up young man, old boy. Old man, young boy, whatever his name is.
Oh, he froze.
He froze. He froze in the middle of telling the story. He
Oh.
froze. Telling the story, he freezes.
Oh man. Anyway, what part did we freeze on? Anyway, I'm fighting old man.
I showed up out of nowhere.
Yes, I'm fighting old man, young boy, and I knew that was Cliff's job, but I never knew when he came or anything. I was too busy fucking this guy up, and all of a sudden he comes up from behind me, and he's like, it makes his face like the deed has been done, and all I know is ding, ding, ding. Oh, so I guess you must have got the job done. And then when we get to the back, he tells me what happened, and I'm like, you did what? And then when actually watching the footage, I didn't know he was on the other side of the ring where I was. I thought he was on the side of me, everything. No, this man was legit on the other side. Legit, like did all that, then hopped around and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, yeah, that was,
it was
wild.
It was wild. I'm not gonna front like it wasn't something.
Yes, you legitimately, yes. How you snuck up? Yes. Listen, yes. Instead, Cliff didn't choke me out. And swing.
Yeah.
And at least he didn't choke me out and sing, gotcha. And so I say, go to sleep in my ear. Like I'll never forget that, bro. That's a memory I'll never forget. This man Dane choked me out, said, gotcha. And then I'm going down. He goes, go to sleep. In my ear.
Hey, you gotta make it entertaining for us, right?
Listen, yeah, in the in the multiverse. I was in the multiverse. Back when me and Cliff, back when we practiced the dark arts, as Cliff says.
Yeah, we practiced the dark arts.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Hey,
yeah,
But I do find it interesting because I do want to bring something up though, really quick, because you did say something about something. It's your castle. It belongs to you.
It does
belong
belong
to
to
yours.
It's mine,
right?
Bro. It's mine.
I mean, I feel you on that, right?
Right.
But
who's
Shecky might have a problem with that.
Who's Shecky Shabazz?
Yeah.
Shit.
Boy, your castle.
Oh man, I'm walking off.
It's your castle. You are. Walk up your own show. Walk up your own show. You don't even take notes anyway. Get the hell off your own show.
Why does he? Oh, wow, how long you been? He's been here for.
I've been here the entire time waiting on you.
That's crazy.
Waiting on you.
I had to take a doo-doo.
But
I'm gonna get that on air, bro.
Listen, it's my show. I can let the.
Your show.
I was taking it.
You don't even take notes. You don't do nothing. I heard all that. How is it your show? You just a guest.
I will say this though. Like,
look at me. Why look at the camera? Why are you looking away? Why are you looking away?
You, bro. It's good to see you. I was just funny. We were talking about you last night. It was like, damn.
Yeah, stop talking about me. Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your mouth.
It's the one time I see. It's always when I have nice things to say about him.
I ain't around. I'm never around.
I always say nice. That's so true, though.
Exactly.
It is legit. I will. The way me and TJ's relationship works, it's legit on site. It's like, yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
I'll let you punch me in the mouth.
He did.
I let you.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah.
Hey, so honestly,
as I go, you good? You good?
I'm fine.
Here's the wild thing about everything. So I don't know if you saw in the comments though, but Anthony told you to shut up. He says you talk too much.
Well, guess what? Is he on the show anymore? Exactly.
No.
Well, he's in the comment section at least.
Exactly. That's where he. That's where he. Oh no! Don't no. No, we're not.
Which way is it?
What's up, motherfucker?
Oh, not with a Studio 22 shirt on. Oh, wait, you don't have any hair?
You don't have any hair?
Oh my god!
It's not the fro growing wrestling no more. It's just smacking the shit out of Chaz because he poops for 20 minutes. You're worse than my wife getting her makeup done.
By the way, love the hair, bro.
What hair?
Looks fresh.
What
it looks
hair?
fresh. I like it. I fuck with it.
Oh god, this show's about to be on forever.
It would have started 20 minutes ago if you weren't fucking pooping out of that small butthole.
You got a point
First
there.
of all, stop talking about my anus, okay? Please. Listen, you have a wife and you have children. I have a wife. I have children. Let's not. Yeah.
You are your wife's children.
Oh,
Listen, that's debatable. Okay, that's
and I'm
debatable.
talking about your height.
And this is a debate show. So guess what? Let's talk about it.
All right. Anyway, no, we're not going to debate that. So anyway,
isn't your wife taller than you?
No, she's not.
Absolutely.
We're not talking about that. Anyway, follow us on your favorite social media handles. I'm not going to lose control of this show.
Now. It's right here.
But, yeah, we have never done 5 with this layout yet. Wow. Okay. I don't know how to. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is this right?
No, you're definitely not right.
Mine's down.
There you go.
Mine's the other side. Okay, yeah. This is insane. Follow us on your favorite social media channel. Wow, I'm all flustered.
Tongue tied. Come on, get it together.
Anthony even showed up.
Anything out today.
Yeah, wow. All right. Yeah. Follow us on the social media. It's right there every week. Y'all know what it is. It's the same thing. No. Shut up, TJ. This is my show. Mute him.
Nah.
Mute him.
Nah, I'll still be. I got signs.
Oh, no.
You got signs too. Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm more prepared than you. At least I take notes.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Listen, I've been doing what we at 3 years now.
And 3 years unprepared.
No, listen. I didn't stop taking notes till the beginning of this year.
Oh, so you just thought you were in the groove? Like, I know what to do here. I got this all handled.
I mean, when you
how do you get better, Chaz? How you get better?
You know what? You're right.
This ain't your show. This ain't your show no more.
It ain't my show. It's the people show.
So, real quick, we're getting a lot of comments in, and I have one that has to get addressed right now.
Okay.
Shut up, Chaz.
Sheckley, you have a fan who is legitimately, like, my comments are like rolling in, and one in particular said they have a bone to pick with you.
Not this
Mr. Casey. Mr. Casey has a bone to pick with you,
bro.
Who's Casey?
You know, Casey, the throne.
Say what? I'm sorry, Casey from what?
Casey, like him, you know, from the throne. Pinkies up.
Oh, the dude who's shorter than Chaz.
He is shorter than me. Yeah, that's fact.
Yeah. There's somebody shorter than you.
Like it's about time. It's about time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that might be the same. I don't know. He might wear lifts in his shoes. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I can totally see him wearing lifts.
He might.
Oh, you.
Dang.
Funny story. I haven't gotten them yet. Haven't gotten them
there
yet.
it is.
Oh, you said
There
yes.
it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he did say yes.
I did say yet. Oh, absolutely. I would love to be 6 foot.
Man.
My question for you
I'm
right
gonna
now,
show
actually,
him.
are you sitting on like a phone book right now? Or something? High chair, a lift?
No, it's
You
just a
said
regular
phone book. That's disrespectful, sir.
Yeah, I
It's
did.
phone books.
I came in here
I
hot.
know, right? they're really thin nowadays. They're not like they used to be in the 90s.
Yeah,
where
they're
they were-
not. Yeah,
Nah,
they're like
fact.
this.
It is
Nobody
real
has a
thin.
home phone, Dark Lord. No one has a home phone no more.
Cameron shows down.
Well, that's true, but
Wait a minute. My mom does.
oh, she got a home line.
Listen,
You know,
my
respect the
mom.
moms. Respect the moms.
She do. She's like, and it's funny. I was just talking to my best friend.
Dang.
I was like, yo, you know, mom still got that house phone. She's like, yo, what? I was like, yo, they remember that phone, that cord one that was in the kitchen? They got the little Star Wars sticker that we put on like my 10th birthday. Yeah, it's still there and it still works. Like she just turned the ringer off now, but like it's still like you can go.
I mean, they don't break. Is that?
Like,
No.
yeah,
I found the old rotary phone here.
I love it.
Oh,
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. Skilo Chaz.
y'all are worse than
What?
Is that gonna be a new theme music, Chaz?
I love
I don't
it.
even understand that one, and I'm all for that comment.
I wish I was
Hey,
a little bit
Chaz,
taller.
I know
wish
somebody
I
that
was
you
a
are
baller.
taller than. You're taller than Reggie. So that's a good thing.
I am taller than Reggie. That's right. I
Hey,
mean,
Chaz.
Me too.
They like they.
that's even with his hair all the way up in the fro.
You were still
Now
taller.
say that with confidence, Chaz.
Jesus.
Say it like you mean it.
Oh my god. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Let's,
Say it
let's,
with
let's,
your chest.
all right, Cliff. All
Say
right,
it with just a little. Yeah, little. Yeah,
I'm taking back. I'm taking back control of my show. All right.
Did you ever have it?
If you didn't do it already, go follow us on social media. All right, Twitter,
playing the wrong
_pod. I am. Instagram, TikTok, 3Count Pod is all one word. Buy a shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. All right, /3Count Pod. Don't you dare put that number, spell out THREE. Use the number 3. All right, you got it back there in Cliff's shirt, his shirt collection right there in the back. He's got a 3Count shirt right there. Go buy his merch. Go buy Red Dog's merch. Go buy TJ's merch.
I don't have merch. I don't want nobody to love me. I don't want anybody to love me.
That's fine. Don't buy his merch.
Don't buy nothing.
Don't buy nothing. Not a.
Don't even
like the guy.
Don't even walk my way. Be gone.
Wow, he's a kindred spirit. I feel the same way. Better not follow me on social media. I'll hunt you down.
I don't need your likes. I want your follows.
Exactly.
I want your
Don't
follows.
Your
Freaks.
thumbs up.
God. Anyway, all right, let's get on. Let's go on the first thing, match of the week. All right, it's been a long week, so let's start with you, Cliff. Then we'll go TJ, Damien, you'll go next, and then of course Lou, you'll go last.
Damn. All right, yeah. So I'm going to be honest, man. My match of the week came right off the jump with Raw, because we opened up with Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, and I'm gonna say that was one of the coolest ways to counter the stomp.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Don't move. Traps.
Bobby's like, pillars engaged. Nope, this neck is stronger than your leg.
Has it shifted to me, I guess, or is it?
Yeah, it's you.
And then no one gave me like a cue, like a countdown, like, all right, your turn. Mine actually is the same as Cliff though. Like Seth and Bobby. Close to that, I would probably say Claudio and Jericho. Just like mainly because like that's the first time I've seen the match, and like it was just a different match to me. And Chris Jericho facing off for the Ring of Honor Championship for the first time. It just made a lot of things special for me in that match.
The Ocho.
My turn, right?
It's your turn.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go what I went. What was it, 2 weeks ago? Punk and Steel versus the Bucks and Omega. The hottest match every week, man. It just gets better and better, bro. That's my match of the week.
Would that technically be like an empty arena match?
It might be
a dark match.
It might. If I was Punk, I'd show up at their houses. The same.
With the families.
You know he's not about that life.
Look, they started biting.
If you need some help, bro, I got you.
What the hell is a Thunderdog? Oh, just Chance. Oh, Chance. Okay.
Chance, yeah.
I can see the comments too. Okay.
I gotta go with Seth and Bobby too. That was my favorite match of the week, really. Likewise, the counter for the stomp I thought was cool, and it was overall just a really fucking good match. All right, Lou.
All right, so I did like their opening segment of Raw, but I absolutely love Tony Storm versus Britt Baker versus Athena versus Serena Deeb. Especially at the end of it where Saraya showed up and got a great pop.
Yeah. Hey, yo, real talk. Anthony, you and I talked about this on the phone. Hey, how was that live?
I was sleeping.
Mama said,
I wake up at 2 a.m. to go to work. Unlike you bums.
He said, Saraya? Sleep. Everybody else was hyped about Paige, and he was just like, Paige.
My wife was in it. She's like, I didn't know who it was, and I'm like, fuck off. I can't believe I was
Big question is she going to actually make a change in that women's division?
Look, I said it on Twitter, and I really do believe it. her being there elevates that women's division just by her name alone. Like she's
Yeah,
legit.
but we're talking about legitly do it though.
If
Alright.
they give her the ball,
Why, Chaz?
why? I mean, you gotta. Paige was putting on women classic matches before the revolution really started. It was her in NXT. Like, if anybody who changed the culture of women's wrestling as far as the mainstream, it's her. Like, let's be honest, we weren't talking about women's matches until the NXT women, of course, the Four Horsemen women as well. But it was
give me the years that we weren't talking about the women, because there was a few years before, like, that I like to call the Kelly era. We were talking about it all the time.
It was whispers back then.
Yeah, I don't think it was real.
The only reason why I said that is because you
like the Trish and the Litas.
Well, I'm not saying.
Every once in a while they would get that opportunity though. Like it was like the main event on Raw when Trish and Lita got the main event Raw.
Mm-hmm.
But like before then, it was like they were just
Lita and Victoria first women's steel cage match.
Yeah, but it didn't get the attention that it should have.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they had these great matches back then. Yes, they did, but it wasn't getting the focus that it should have gotten.
Okay.
It was like, oh, we just want to see you rip your shirts off, or people would get up and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think when you talk about the women's revolution, right? Like we talk about the Four Horsewomen, but it was really like AJ Lee and Paige were really like the catalyst for showing off like what the women are going to do. Now Natalya was there the whole time. She was definitely holding it down as much as possible between that Divas era to the new women's championship era.
She was putting on classics too.
It was Paige that she came in. She had this different flavor to her. She was just not like the same type of like, they were pumping out like the total divas kind of women's era, and she wasn't that person. And I think that's why we talk about her that way, is because she excelled in a division that was just kind of like, hey, we're just gonna pump out the same type of women matches, these 5 minutes where they're just gonna like slap each other, tackle each other. And it was like Natalya started something different, but then it became about what AJ Lee and Paige could do with it, and then you got to see everybody else show up afterwards. But I really feel like Paige was the catalyst to kind of like get the women's eyes to look, and then everybody else looked at it too and was just like, hey, we think we might have something here with Paige and these other 4 women that are there too.
No, facts. Like that's exactly what happened. Because like you said, Chaz, like everybody was looking at the NXT women's division.
Right.
They were getting the time. That's the
thing.
It was
they were getting the showcase.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like that's the only reason why that Lita and Trish Stratus match got like a lot of hype, because it had time and it was the main event. It was a big deal. They made it a big deal. So like kind of that was like the start of it, is like giving them an opportunity. They just never had the opportunity until like now.
Well, that brings a good point. I'm gonna take a audible. This was on Twitter. They were saying the Divas title versus the women's title. Let's talk about it. Go ahead, TJ.
Let's not.
Let's
not. I mean, like, are we talking about like the physical actual belt versus the women's belt? Is that what we're talking about, or like just division wise?
I think the division wise.
Division wise. All right. So in the Divas division, like when they had the horrendous looking butterfly belt, there was a few good ones like sprinkled in there. Not a lot, because back then they were having 60 seconds to 3 minute matches. Like I really couldn't pull one specific match out of that array of things. I still call it the Kelly era, because that was just their main focus for a good while.
Well, you had some good champions like Michelle McCool.
Yeah.
Like she could wrestle. You had Natalya, of course.
Natalya. I mean, that's one of the specs in there that I was talking about. Like Natalya is just in a whole different league for me.
No, she's always been from day one.
Yeah, and to me, it's kind of been sad that she hasn't been the focal point. You know what I mean? Like Natalya is great.
It's because she's the gatekeeper. It's like if you can keep up with Natalya, you're golden. if you really think about it.
But why can't Natalya be gold?
Exactly. That's the question. That's a good fucking question. Because she can talk.
I think with a certain person, a certain individual that was at that time, just did not see what everybody like. He did not see what everybody else saw, and I say everybody else as the fans, right? That we saw what Natalya was and what she could be, but I don't think they saw what we all saw.
No, they didn't.
We already knew. Like, let's be real, Natalya organically is over. Like, we love her. And when we see her on our TVs, sure, we boo her, right? But that's just because we just boo her at just for fun. But we love her. Like, we legitimately get back behind her, and we're like, yo, we want to see more of her. And we understand that she held down 3 eras of a division because she was right at the end of that women's championship. Then they switched to the Divas. Then they switched back over to the women's, and she was right there holding it down for everybody. So it's like, she's one of those people, her and Beth Phoenix, right?
I was gonna say Beth Phoenix too, because Beth Phoenix came in at the tail end of that women's division.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, she was in it. She got hurt for a while, and then she kind of just segued into the Divas division thing, and she was holding down for a good bit. Like, but if she was mixing it up like back in the day with a Jazz, Trish, Lita, Toya, all of them, my God.
And that was a good women's division with all those women. They were trying. They were trying hard. Molly Holly.
And she was holding, and that's what I'm saying. Like these women were holding it down. But then once you got into that Divas era and everything just kind of put like Kelly's era, and I like her a lot too. But let's be real, like when you look at someone like Paige, like the moment that Paige showed up, you knew instantly. She's got something that no one else has. And like, not even more so than what AJ, right? Because AJ at that time was like running that women's division. She dropped the pipe bomb, right? We all talk about it still, how great that was. And then that night after WrestleMania, when Paige got called up and she pinned AJ, we were all like, oh, we got something. This is different. And she was like, everybody kept calling her the anti-diva, but she was Paige. She was the person that just legitimately, like, you're like, hey, I'm going to watch Raw because of Paige. And I feel like, just like what Chaz was saying, right? The moment she stepped out on the AEW stage, you're like, hey, Soraya's here. Like, that is someone that we know that we're going to get behind. Because, 1, we know her story. And 2, we all love Paige. Like, and we all love Saraya. So we want to get behind her and celebrate her. And we're just happy to see her back in a ring. So I think that's the reason why.
I just hope they don't fuck this up. It can easily get fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
We all know this.
Yeah.
Look what they've done so far.
Yep.
So, like, yes, it has a great possibility to elevate that women's division and make it better. It has, just by her showing up. Adds a new mix, but we'll see.
Well, currently, like on the AEW roster, who is the woman to you?
And this is how these debate circles work. Because this was not the subject that we had planned, but I love it.
I have to go with Britt Baker. If I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Like, if you really think about it, like, she is that women's division right now. Champion or not champion. Before she became champion. What she was doing was more important than what anybody else was doing. And it was just the way that they were doing shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, since she lost the championship, like, seriously, what has it done? The person she lost it to, not so good. And I like, and oh shit, I forgot her name. Shit. What's her name?
Rosa?
That's it.
Dang, that's
what
great.
I'm talking about. You see, that's exactly
who's the women's division. I don't remember even who the champion is, but I'll go.
But I like her. That's the point. And then, with her being hurt, they should have just made Toni Storm the champion. Period. Point blank. In general, they were trying to elevate her. This is going to be the same situation as it was with the AEW championship. So, like, at the end of the day, it's like I'm disinterested. Like, that match at, was it Grand Slam? All Out? Whatever. What the fuck show was that?
They did it in Grand Slam too.
Grand
Slam,
Slam.
and then yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, like, was that really necessary?
No, no, it wasn't.
You know
wasn't.
what I'm saying? And I get it. They wanted to crown a champion, but and of course I didn't want them to do another fucking tournament because I'm done with those. They should have had Toni Storm versus Britt Baker and left it at that.
Yes,
and crowned a brand new champion. Period.
Yeah.
But I would have to say, outside of Britt Baker, I'm a Serena Deeb guy.
I love her, but they haven't done shit with her.
Yeah,
they have like the greatest woman wrestler. Period. Pure wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Hands down.
I get so upset.
Wondered it.
I get so upset because I'm like, oh my god, she can do so much more. I'm like, Liz, I'm like, you got some more, like you have something else to add to this division, and it just every time.
And it was starting to go up.
Yeah, we were getting somewhere, and it just
no dive
every time.
That's like the same thing with Nyla Rose. Like I thought she could.
I'd say that.
You know what I mean? Like that's my girl right there.
I love Nyla. I love Nyla. It's like he's just tearing through these women. And then she wasn't.
And then she should have been the first.
I would have. I had fit.
She should have been the first champion.
Who was the first champion?
That little girl. Riho.
Rio,
you couldn't even remember because it was fucking horrible.
I'm gonna be 100 when I say this. I only remember that Riho was the first champion because of Chaz's rant about Rio.
Right?
Look, Rio could take a whooping.
Oh,
she could take a whooping, and it was an all out. Yeah, a Full Gear. There was a Full Gear when they did it in Baltimore.
I remember that.
And it was Rio versus another Japanese star. And dude, they were beating the shit out of each other. Like probably the most hard hitting up match on that entire card, minus I think it was Omega and Moxley. That match, I was like, Jesus. But they weren't doing that with everybody else, though. So it was
But I'm not saying that she can't go. I'm not saying that she can't wrestle. But like the fact that she beat Nyla Rose is fucking laughable. At best.
You know what's crazy for me is you asked the question like, who do you think's that woman for AEW's women division? And I'm gonna be real, dude. Like, I don't think she showed up yet. I really don't.
That's fair.
Currently, if I had to invest something into somebody, right, I would invest in Britt Baker, right? Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. That's right. She's definitely holding it down. But God, man, like that roster, if you look through it and you see if they would just give some time for some of these women to show up, like I want Kiera Hogan to be that woman because she is amazing, but they just keep slacking on her, man. Her
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet is another one,
right? There's tons of women that they have, but they are not utilizing it at all.
They have too many people. Period.
No, it is. That's 170 wrestlers. Maybe 169 since Malachi Black is gone.
Under contract?
Yeah.
Yeah.
170.
And so
I wish I had money. I wish I had money.
I will say I'm all about Jade. I get it. She's young in it, but her presentation.
Yes, that's the seller is the presentation.
Yeah,
there's one issue that I have with what's going on right now with Jade, and it's a to be situation. What happens after she loses? Where do you go?
Right?
Take a step back. You go away for a little bit.
But are they going to let her do that though? That's the thing.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in when you take a big loss like that, you got to go away for a bit.
Oh no, you do. Yeah. Hands down.
Yeah, you have to.
You got to.
Like she's been dominant this entire time. Where she's like 38-0 or something like that. She takes that first loss, and I swear to God, it needs to be on pay-per-view. Obviously, it needs to be on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah, hands down.
Walk away for a bit. Come back and start wrecking shit.
Go for like 6 months.
Bro, yeah,
Like,
I was
especially
like-
if it
I was
happens
gonna
in
say,
like the middle of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and then she just leaves and shows back up at the beginning of the year
Mm-hmm.
and just goes on a fucking tear.
Yep.
Whether she wins or lose, just fucking beat the shit because she's fucking huge.
Mm-hmm.
She don't need anybody. She can do it on her own.
I like
Her
the
talking is getting better every time she talks. I'll give her that.
That's the one thing is like, if you can at least see them improve, there's hope.
Yep.
If they're just like this the entire run, I got like, you're not gonna keep my interest.
Exactly. So like, but see, now it's getting to the point though. But who the fuck does she face next?
Well, I mean, I think eventually,
Oh.
eventually,
Let
Britt,
come back.
eventually she's gonna have to face Britt.
True.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's there though?
I don't know. Maybe
There's
that's the
nothing
L.
really there though. At the moment, there's nothing there, and
There's nothing. I mean, I'll be
short.
honest. Right now, there's nothing.
But it can't
There's
be
nothing.
short either. It can't just be like, oh, well, we're gonna just put these two together and they're gonna have a match.
Yeah,
It needs to be someone else who's been going on a tear.
Exactly.
Like that's and like Britt now has been up and down.
Yeah, she has.
That's
She's just been all over the place.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That's new.
I want
Now,
to.
if she had won the women's championship and you had champion versus champion, there's your reason.
I think eventually, that's probably what they'll probably do.
That's probably what they are going to do.
Jade will probably keep stacking the wins, and Britt by that point maybe she'll have the belt back, and they go, she's like, I'm at this amount of wins now. Give me the other belt, bitch.
And you know what's really funny? She would say it just like that.
Exactly.
It sounded just like it.
Like I would like to see Nyla Rose go on a tear, and I would like to see Nyla versus Jade.
That'd be dope.
That'd be a fun spot.
So all right,
that'd be a fun match.
So you
that'd
kind
be a
of
fun
touched on
match
something that I wanted to touch on. And Damien, you said this right. So you're talking about how there's 169 wrestlers on AEW's roster because obviously Malachi stepped away earlier. I don't know if you guys saw it yesterday, but Buddy Matthews actually asked for some time off. And then if you guys were watching Rampage, you would have seen the nasty bump that Julia Hart took, right?
Oh my God.
What do all these things have in common, right? I want to talk about health for wrestlers, right? And not even just like not just physically, but like mentally as well, and like emotionally, because we do know that other wrestlers are suffering from some other stuff too, right? We know that Zelina Vega is not on WWE because obviously stuff that's happening with her family, right? Which is why Malachi is leaving. So I want to hop into it, and I just want to talk about it, and it's more just kind of like a roundtable discussion, more so than it would be like a hardcore, like, hey, this is like a debate topic, because we'll all agree that we need to have healthy wrestlers, right? Physically and mentally, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And there probably shouldn't be any kind of like repercussions for those guys wanting to take time away, those wrestlers wanting to take time away from whatever's going on. So I really just kind of want to bring around the table and like figure out what would you guys do to help like make sure that wrestlers are staying healthy, not just physically, but mentally as well. And I kind of want to start off with Anthony because he's like the fan, right? And he's never actually stepped into a ring. So I want to start with him. And then we can go with the Dark Lord, Chaz, and then TJ. And then I can kind of like wrap up with whatever points you guys got.
Get rid of AEW, period. That's a fucking issue. Or
wait a minute. Whoa.
I don't like the fact that like Cliff brought us in like kind of mellow and whatnot. Like this is the topic that we're going to talk about. Let's shoot it to Anthony. What do you think? Get rid of the whole fucking company.
I just the cracks that AEW has shown over the last month and a half is showing why there's wrestlers that need mental breaks. The miscues, the mistakes that are happening, like what happened with Julia Hart, they're not well prepared. Like you can tell that WWE goes in and practices this shit in the performance center. What does AEW really do? And so I think as a company, you need to take a step back and look and see what mistakes are being made and fix them. You can't fix them from the top up. You got to build from the ground up. So you have to go out on a foundation and say, what is wrestling? What do we do as wrestlers? Practice, right? Cliff, Chaz, Damien, I mean, TJ probably is the same. I talk to Cliff every other Sunday. Well, he's heading to practice every week, if not more. And it's, you've got to practice this stuff. It's just like these guys hit stardom and big names because of a big company, and it feels like they just stop practicing. They stop taking those bumps. And look what's happening right now. Mentally, the company AEW alone, the company's cracked since Cody's left, has started to show, and it's scary. WWE, we're seeing a new light. We're seeing a new light shine with Vince being out and Triple H and stuff, kind of taking over a lot of the stuff. So WWE, really, their mental health is yet to be determined with new management.
It's interesting. Damien, what you got?
So when it comes to, let's start with the mental health thing. When it comes to that period, like whether it's your real job or whatever the case may be, like if you have those problems, you should be able to take those off without consequences. Because your mental health is important if you're going to be able to do your job safely. Point blank in general. It seems like when it comes to wrestling with these two big companies, one side kind of has an idea of what to do when it comes to that. The other side is just like chaotic. And it's a brand new company. I guess they didn't think out their strategy where it comes to their mental health and physical health. Be like, hey, bro, I don't think you should be doing that tonight.
Yeah.
And you get all of these people that, at one point they had like 10 different people out on injury for months on end. Where that doesn't really happen anywhere else because on the indies, you're lucky if you wrestle once a week. Depending on if you're staying with one company or not, that only does show maybe once a month. So you're not really putting your body through that stress. When you're doing a week-to-week basis, every week, multiple times a week, you got to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. Mentally and physically. If not, you're going to make a mistake and you're going to get hurt. You have to have things in place and people in place to be like, hey, dial it back a bit. Or, hey, are you okay? I see something, you seem off. If you don't have that and it's fucking chaos, it's like a doom experiment. It's bound to fucking fail, point blank in general. And you've seen a lot of wrestling companies disappear because you got back locker rooms that are just completely fucking toxic. Mm-hmm. But it happens in wrestling, period. Competition, people wanting the top spot, it can get toxic. But if you have the right management in place, you can dead that shit quick.
What you got, Jazz?
Damien, you touched upon it, but pretty much it's just you gotta have people to tell these guys no, like flat out, just be like, no, you're not doing that. I don't like because let's be real. That like Damien said, you're doing this a week-to-week basis. You don't need to go through a table every week. There's, we talk about Julia Hart. We didn't really say what really happened, but yeah, she took a bad bump trying to go through a table. And she completely missed the table. I mean, like her butt hit the table and kind of broke. But I was tripping out because I was like, oh my god! Like speaking at my wife, I was like, she just died. Like I thought she would die. Like that was nasty. And like, did we need it?
Sting went through a table badly.
Things at this point is made of rubber, I believe. I'm convinced he's made of rubber.
I'm just saying.
I'm convinced. Look,
I'm just saying.
Look, he took. Listen, when he jumped off, I don't remember what the show was, but when he jumped off the top of the entrance, I said, "Yeah, he's made of rubber." I said, "That's what this is. This is not real Sting. this is not the real Sting. This is like Android. This is Android Sting.
Who is this man?
Legit. Because I was like, what? I'm like, this is 2021 and Sting is jumping up. What the? Didn't this man die in Seth Rollins' care? Like, what? It's just, and he's doing it's insane. But nah. All jokes aside, it's just you gotta have these people. You gotta have people in place to tell these people no. You don't need to jump off the top of the like. Listen, Sammy. I don't want to hate calling people out, but Sammy's one, Darby's one too. It's like you don't, and it's kind of become their thing. Is that now they have
to die every night?
But that's the thing. That's their thing. We like, they're over. Like essentially, I'm not gonna say that's the only reason, but a part of them is because they're gonna die. And I also think it's because the culture of wrestling is we care. I said it before. We pop for the bump, then the finish. Like I think we, for all TJ, and you can assess this. Like when you really start when we play these matches, you gotta think about it. Like a lot of especially your real indie crowds, right? They pop for the bump. Like the finish is cool, but it's the bump that they're like, oh shit! Like that's the the culture is moved to that. So now it's like, all right, now I gotta die. But you gotta be able to tell these people no. I think that's the main thing. Yeah. You gotta tell these motherfuckers no, you're not. Like I also think the Jeff and Darby match. Like no.
Here's the thing about the Jeff and Darby match. That should have happened. That should have happened the exact way it happened. It's a mirror thing. That was Jeff 20 years ago. Jeff is like, this is me now. Take me out. And I'm done. If that was Jeff,
I don't disagree with you on that, but
I agree.
You do it on regular TV.
It was on the Dynamite.
But they only have four. They only have 4 pay-per-views a year now.
That's true. Because remember they do those special shows in between.
Yeah, same for the special shows. Not like a Dynamite. They do it for your Grand Slams or your Battle of the Belts, like big show things that you do in between.
I like the concept of Battle of the Belts. Like I really
it's
like
pay-per-view, Chaz.
But not all the belts on the line. Some pay-per-views.
Yeah, and I don't get that.
It doesn't make sense.
You have 4 pay-per-views a year. Just put them all in line.
I think it's funny when they don't.
Yeah, it's insane. They have everything else. They have 14 different matches.
I hate watching it because I don't feel like watching it for 8 hours.
Oh yeah, listen,
I fell asleep during All Out for like an hour and a half and woke up and it was still going.
You told me that.
It was still going, and it wasn't even nowhere near done. That's what made me mad. I was like, I couldn't wake up while the main event was happening.
To hear a tired Jim Ross say, "We got 3 more matches, folks. It's midnight, Jim. I want to go to sleep."
Yeah, I've gotten accustomed to AEW. It's like a day trip at like amusement park. I have to plan out like the rest of the night. I'm not doing anything. Because it's gonna be a long night.
Well, you gotta remember that shit starts early over here for me.
That's also true, right? That's all
like,
you're
over there in Utah. It starts, but I like to do something with my day.
Oh yeah, that's factual.
All right, but I want to keep it on pace, right? So, TJ, what's your thoughts, man?
Well, it seems like the whole trend of the current topic is like one being able to say no and taking a step back. I can't. I'm not going to speak for the companies or anything like that and what they should or should not do. Like it might be different for everybody, so I'm not going to speak on that. What I will do is speak on my own like ordeals, like mental health and stuff like that. For a lot of people, I'll say like this. For a lot of people, it's been a very terrible time because of the pandemic and everything. For me, it was the best thing that possibly could happen to me because it forced me to take a moment and just stop everything. Stop wrestling, like work slow down. Luckily, we got paid. Work slow down, like everything slowed down. And for the first maybe couple weeks, I didn't know what to do with myself. I felt as though I have to do something, but that my mind was starting to race. And then I realized, wait, it's okay. Slow down, stop. And once I like slowly like came to a halt with everything, training, wrestling, all that stuff, I just felt like this giant weight was off of me. So, and I could just, for the first time in a good couple of years, really, I could just breathe and just relax. So like just taking a step back from everything is probably one of the best things you could possibly do. Like, at least it was for me. So like, and during that time, I was able to, one, refine a bigger passion for wrestling. That I'm like, the reason I started doing this, refining, like just igniting that fire again. So when everything came back, I'm coming out the gates swinging. But during that time off, like everything was just at ease for me. So what's happening? What?
Bro, there's a lot to do in
Brother in Utah.
It's a
Brother
lot
is
to
the
do
only
here.
black dude in Utah, by the way. Like, just
Oh yeah,
wanna
there's
throw
not that many. I just got a new black guy that moved next door. I think he might be been here.
Oh, he's cutting in and out.
I know. He said he has a black neighbor and he's in Utah. That's all I got.
That's all I
Yeah,
got.
yeah. I mean, I've only seen 5 since I've been here.
Dang, that's
My
crazy.
man's counting. Like,
Yeah.
Like, they're like a rare breed, dude. We look at each other like, wow, there's another one.
do you all have meetings?
That's it. I'm moving to
Not
Utah.
yet. Not yet. We haven't got there yet.
If Utah starts to get a little bit crazy, it's just the 5 of us, right? Like,
So here's my thoughts on it, right? Because I was speaking with somebody who actually works at AEW, right? And we were talking about the whole incident with Julia Hart, right? Which also led me to think about Malachi, which also led me to think about Buddy, which also led me to think about, like, you know, like Darby left for a little bit too. Jeff's gone, right, for a while. Let's be real, we just see everybody, right? CM Punk talk about not coming back to the company. And I think what it ends up being is that everybody wants to steal the show, right? Because we see it on the indie scene all the time. We always go 100 miles an hour because, like, we always want it to be that match, right? We talk about it all the time. But we also forget that the promoter has to have a plan in place and talk about what each match is supposed to represent, right? So when I look at something like AEW or WWE, there's a reason why, and it's funny because I know a lot of people are going to be pissed off about this when I say it, but there's a reason why the women's matches were structured the way they were for so long, because it gave people like the opportunity to kind of come down like an intermission and then ramp them right back up. And what we're starting to see is that AEW is like, hey, I want to go balls to the walls every single time. Like, let's be real, like All Out was draining, not because of like we were getting hit, right? As fans, we were just getting hit with match after match after match. But it was the intensity that the matches were coming at. There was not a single match that I can recall. Well, actually, I take that back. There was 2 that I could recall that they kind of took the mood down and kind of gave the audience that chance to breathe right before the next match took you right back up and like just didn't relent, right? But we keep raising the stakes on these things, and no disrespect to AEW, right? You have guys in the back like Dean Malenko. You guys have guys in the back like Mark Henry and Big Show, right? And you have all these guys who are back there. Like, you mean to tell me at no point in time can these guys be like, hey man, like save that spot for some other show. Don't worry about it now. Because it just, to me, dudes are getting beat up, right, on these shows because they want to go 100 miles an hour, and then you got to recycle them out, right? Sometimes there's a freak accident that happens, of course, right? Miro's situation was just that. It was a freak accident. He had to go away for a little while. He came back. We all just love and appreciate him whenever he shows up. But it's like you see some people take these unnecessary bumps, and then you wonder about, like, damn, dude, like you have 52 shows that you have to do. Right? Every Wednesday, you are here on Dynamite and Rampage and Dark Elevation, right? Like, you're doing all these filmings and stuff, and you think that it's okay just to hit the ground a million miles an hour and run all the time. Like, at some point, somebody else in the company and companies, right? Because if it's happening on AEW, imagine it's happening everywhere. Right. And some of the wrestlers you guys probably don't even know about. And I say this to our fans that are watching, y'all don't even know about, like, Kid Bandit is out there dying, literally throwing caution to the wind every weekend. And he gets on a plane. Or they get on a plane, they fly to another state, they do the same exact thing, they fly to another area, they do it again. And Kid is doing it in and out every week. And that's just one name out of a bunch of names that happen. And we don't think about how this is going to affect us in the long term. I mean, look at some of the wrestlers who, like, in the past, who are just having trouble, like, getting out of bed or, like, have trouble talking, right? And we don't even address it. We talk about the pros, like the top of the tops. We're not even talking about some of these other guys that are on the indie level that are lower. We're just talking about the ones that are like, man, I got to go steal the match tonight, and I'm gonna do a senton to the outside and hope everybody catches me, and then they don't get caught. And then what are they at the next week? Some another promotion. They're like, man, I'm about to go do this moonsault to the outside, hope people catch me, and maybe they do at that time, right? It's the constant thinking, like, man, like, you have got to take care of your body, you got to take care of your mind, and then you have to invest in yourself emotionally, right? You got to give yourself like this full, complete wrestler situation. I think about it because it's like the military did the same thing, right? Like, they would talk about it, like, you got to be mentally sharp, you got to be physically sharp, and then you got to be emotionally sharp as well as spiritually sharp, right? And that last one, if that's something that you believe in, then that's something that you believe in, and you can go about your business. But for the first three, though, mentally, emotionally, and physically, you've got to be on point. And somebody has to tell these guys, hey, listen, it's not necessary this week. You don't have to do that, right?
But the thing is, like with what Chaz said, like, if someone needs to say no, but if they are saying no, they have to listen.
Right.
You have your Malenko's and everyone needs to be saying you shouldn't do this, but
then needs to be
seems like they're going to do what they're going to do.
There need to be consequences then.
Yeah, but I think also I think everybody, as far as management and leadership, just needs to be on one accord.
Yeah,
I think that's maybe that's partial of the reason why they're backstage seems chaotic. Is that I don't think everybody's on one accord on what we are putting out there.
They're not.
So, yeah, you're right, TJ. They got to listen, and like Damien said, consequences. But I think it stems deeper than that. I think ultimately, it falls at the head.
Well, it does.
It's just, but
that's in charge. It's on them at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yeah.
No matter what company it is, period.
Mm-hmm, agreed.
Person that is promoting and is responsible for everybody that's there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if they drop the ball, then what the pot?
I'm gonna use that as a segue into the for temp check. All right, temp check. For those who don't know what temp check is, all right, this is where we give you our hottest and or our coldest wrestler going into the week. All right, temp check. You know what? I just want to hear this. Let's start this off. All right, Lou, temp check.
I only got heat. Only hot.
Okay.
Yeah, hands down the play. I'm winning the tag team.
All right, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. All right, Damien, what you got?
Roman Reigns.
Hot.
Yeah. Cold.
Ooh.
Who
was it?
Sean Spears.
No.
That's my joke.
Yeah, you let me go first. See, that's what you get.
That's my joke.
It's like my joke.
All right, Cliff, who you got?
So hottest wrestler of the week. I'm going to take not your tribal chief, but your honorary Oos.
Oh,
because,
I can't be mad at that.
No, sir, you cannot. And he is your honorary Oos. He's my honorary Oos. He's the man that sits at the back end of the table because he's not at the table, he's around the table. Yeah, and then for me, coldest wrestler, it's a lot of people can be pissed about this one. Jay Lethal.
I ain't even mad at you.
Can we?
They've been doing that man dirty.
It bothers me so much, and this will be a whole different podcast if I go off about it. From a whole different podcast.
I was mad about Gresham, and the fact that Lethal's still there makes me even more madder.
Last time I was on here, we talked about Gresham and Lethal and how I just thought they were the absolute best, and now look what's going on.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's crazy. It really grinds my gears. I don't know what ROH is.
It bugs me really bad.
I just don't know what ROH is anymore. I don't.
Destroy Rampage and make it Ring of Honor.
So listen, TJ, I don't know. I said it. I think I said this when they first bought ROH. I said, if Rampage is just ROH matches, that's fine. That's cool. Give me an hour, 10 to 11. ROH
they were doing an hour show before.
Right. So okay, cool.
But that's the
answer's right in front of you.
Tony's not going to do it. Tony's not going to do it. You know this.
So what was the purpose of buying it? That's the thing. Should have just let it die.
I bought a toy box
buying WCW to have.
Yep.
But that was competition though.
To have, Chaz. To have.
Yep.
Oh man.
What happened to it?
I like ROH on CW on a Saturday.
I'm like, Chaz, why do we need more tag titles? To have.
That's true.
They got too many titles as it is.
There's a lot. Yes, there's a lot.
There's too many.
Especially when you include the ROH belts.
Exactly. That's what
the
other
ROH
titles.
Yeah, the ROH trios belt. Well, the 6-man, the official name. 6-man.
Hold on, they got 5 titles, 6 titles
on Elevation, and then they face Jay Bougie of all people. Sorry, personal bias.
Yeah, you're just so mad about that right now. Chaz, you dead ass about to leave and about to go join the takeover.
I didn't listen, yo, that it crossed my mind
after what just happened.
Yo,
by the way, like we totally should. No, we're not gonna say anything. We're just gonna keep moving.
Yeah, we're not gonna mention. Yeah, just watch Invictus.
Yeah,
watch Invictus magnitude. All right, I didn't give my temp check. So, hottest wrestler going into the week. I gotta crazy enough. I gotta agree with Lou. The Acclaimed. I mean, geez. Like, oh yeah, ready? Scissor me, daddy dog. Just the eruption. You don't even call that joint a pop. The eruption, bruh. When they won the confetti, everything. The Acclaim.
They did that all out. Sorry.
We didn't know. We didn't know then.
Yeah.
I understand. See, they've been a good tag team period. They just haven't got the opportunity. However,
they also said they've been the winningest tag team. They have all the most wins and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know who hasn't been defeated as a fucking team? Sting and Darby.
True.
Like, I'm not saying like put them in a tag title situation, but it was like, well, if these rankings and like these numbers make sense and like they mean something, you're kind of missing somebody.
Yeah, they don't though. That's the thing. They don't anymore. They only make sense when they want them to.
Nothing makes sense.
Their company doesn't make sense.
It's crazy.
This is why, for my temp check, I can't pick the Acclaimed because you don't know where the hell they're gonna go after this. They popped real big for it. They got the win. It's all about like I like the long term.
Yeah,
like
same.
They're hot going into the week, but like they could drop it next week.
The Young Bucks are coming back and taking the titles.
What was that?
The Young Bucks are coming back and taking the titles.
Oh,
we'll talk about that.
It makes no fucking sense.
Look,
I will tell you what makes sense.
If they don't go back to go get the trios belt and they do that, oh man, I'm like, oh well, what a soft reboot. I was kind of interested in the Elitist trios tag, like the trios champs. I was, intrigued.
There's one thing in AEW that makes sense to me, and I might be the only one who thinks so, but I'm just looking at the trend of how everything has gone. Mox is champion again. I have a reason. After all that shit that went down, whatever, the backstage stuff, I'm sure we're going to be talking about here, right? At some point?
Some point.
Oh, okay. That man rallied the troops with that promo.
He did.
Nobody else did. Not the Danielson, not Jericho, no one that was in that tournament thing. That man did.
Mm-hmm.
It only made sense that he was going to be the next guy. And I thought like maybe like he wins it, gets the hoorah, then the whole weird cash in that chip thing with MJF or whatever, and then he can go have his fucking vacation that he deserves. That's what I thought.
That man deserves vacation.
That man has put that company on his back.
Absolutely.
On his back.
Over and over.
Yes. And like it not because he wants to help obviously, but like he's been put in positions where it has to go back to him.
Mm-hmm.
Just like think about that.
Yeah.
He's the constant for AEW. Like people get on him about like bleeding all the fucking time. What was Dusty Rhodes doing back in the 70s and 80s every fucking match? No one complains about that. I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Well, I got to the point where if you flicked them, he'd start bleeding.
Yeah, and then he gets that little patch
Pretty
on
much,
top of it, like Abdullah the
like
Butcher.
everybody. It's like everybody back then, if you just poke, they started spewing.
Dusty, New Jack, Abdullah the Butcher. The list goes on and on. Just a blood patch.
Listen, I loved it when Flair's white hair would just turn just bright red.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing that was like,
he needs to never do that again. Just saying.
Yeah. All right, Cliff, this or that. What you got for it?
Oh wait, I didn't give my hot or cold. I didn't give my cold. Let me get my cold. My cold.
Go ahead. Get your cold.
My cold for the week. It's Chaz Evans. So, all right, Cliff, what do you got?
Fuck that guy.
I was like, hey.
I didn't. The funny thing is this, I was like, well, I didn't win yesterday. Yeah.
Cold.
I mean, I didn't lose. I mean,
zero.
Blue.
I didn't lose. I didn't get pinned. We didn't get pinned.
Did you win?
That's like,
nah. We made an impact. No, we made an impact.
Ice Cube.
We made an impact.
he said we made an impact.
Fine. Not Chaz Evans, Rico Hendricks. All right, dog, what you got next?
Hey, all right, cool. We're gonna jump into the next topic. Actually, so we'll skip over our next topic. We'll go into this or that, right? So this is like the meat and potatoes. Yeah, the next one we were gonna talk about CM Punk, but everybody's already had their opinions about it, and we're just gonna skip over it. Kind of like the rest of everybody.
No, I want to hear everyone's opinions. But fine, this is your show, Cliff. Your show, Cliff. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get into one of our new favorite segment, right? We usually have the Red Dogs Power Rankings. It's not gonna happen, but we have this.
They're getting retired. They're getting retired. Just he won't give it up yet. He won't officially make the statement. He's giving up on watching all this wrestling every week. He's giving up.
It's hard. It is.
I know it's hard. And listen, when you were doing it for 2 years straight, I always tell you, bro, you're a trooper.
You can see the tears and it's forming in his eyes each time. The Power Rankings are coming.
I had to tell myself, I'm like, yeah, man, like, I have to do this again. No, all right. So this or that. So how does this or that work?
He still didn't say that it's retired.
You're either gonna like this or you're gonna like that, right? So this one is going to focus around the women's division.
Oh crap.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is this or that's this week? It's going to be we're gonna start with Jillian Michaels. If you all remember Jillian.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Jillian Michaels?
Isn't that what last name? Michaels, right? No,
Paul.
that's the trainer. Paul. Yeah.
Jillian Hall. Jillian Michaels is
Hall.
the
I was like,
trainer.
Michaels. Oh yeah, Michaels was the
Skimmed
trainer.
money from her clients. But anyway, go ahead.
So we got Jillian Hall, right? Jillian Hall.
Jillian.
That's what I said.
Jillian.
I said Jillian Hall, right?
Didn't sound like you said that.
Or we could go with I know a lot of people are gonna hate me with this one too. Or we're gonna go with Mighty Molly. And here's here's the subject. It's most over gimmick.
Mighty Molly, don't care. Mighty Molly, don't even care.
Nice.
Don't even care. Look, I already mentioned Molly Holly earlier. I'm all in on Molly Holly, so that's my pick. Don't even get into the situation.
So
who got over?
The thing that was on Jillian's face back in 2004.
I was about to say that's one of my earliest memories, and I always talk about it of wrestling. Was that it used to? Yeah, that's why
Boogeyman bit it off her face.
Oh my god.
That was one of the grossest segments of that year.
And her singing was horrible.
Her singing was terrible. Terrible. That's why I want to say Jillian, but I feel like only because I have a connection of childhood. Like she is in like of my earliest memories of watching SmackDown when I should have been asleep. I'm young, TJ. You know this. I'm young.
He's looking like old man, young boy.
Young man, old boy.
Whatever the hell his name is. Bald. Dude, very bald.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm young, so I've only seen Mighty Molly of you through YouTube and the network. I'm young. Blame my mom and my dad. I'm young. But yeah, I'm gonna go Jillian. Because every time someone says Jillian, I don't think of her singing. I think of Boogeyman eating that crap off her face.
So Boogeyman is more over.
Low key.
The absence
but that's not
was more over, not Jillian.
Pretty much, but that's not the topic.
It wasn't a part of Jillian anymore, Chaz.
Well, then,
it was just a thing that was
she started singing again after that. But after that, she was singing again. I'm like, so it works out.
It's okay to be wrong on your own show. It's okay. Go ahead.
I'm always wrong on my own show. That's the point of the show. That's why people watch. I don't like. I know.
My man is over here cooling himself off.
He's the heater.
Go on, Anthony. Tell us who you got.
Fuck. Jillian did he just grossed me out? That fucking thing. Rather fucking shoot my own dick off, but
oh my god!
I'm gonna go with Mighty Molly on that one for sure.
I mean, like we took a little dip getting there, but like he's right. It's just like,
boom.
My bad.
All right, Dark Lord.
And they were both really, really entertaining. Like pretty much all the way through till like kind of both left. I'm gonna have to go with Mighty Molly because she had the longevity.
Because she didn't have that.
She was Mighty Molly for a grip.
She really wasn't. It seemed like she was that for a long time. She wasn't.
Was it like it was like a year?
Barely.
Was it?
Barely a year.
I'm getting old.
No, it's I love the pairing. I love the pairing of her and Hurricane like grown up. So like
that was great.
Dude, it was fantastic. Yeah. I will also, Jillian Michaels. Thanks, dog. Jillian Hall did the women's rumble 2 years ago, and Mighty Molly came back this year. Guess who I popped more for? Like, it's like you know, fuck about Jillian Hall.
Oh, that singing was horrible. I can't get over the singing with her.
Seeing how this podcast went with Mighty Molly, I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna go with Jillian Hall. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going with Jillian.
I don't even care why.
I do love Mighty Molly, and I did love when she came back for the Rumble, but I think because of her antics and stuff, the crazy interactions that she had with so many different people, I just have to I'm gonna lean that way, especially when Billy Kay was like trying to like team up with her at the Rumble. That was like my saving grace moment. I was
Billy
like, yo,
Kay,
this
more
is so
over
lit.
still.
Yeah, I
Absolutely love Billy
Yes.
Kay.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it was
Mighty
that
Molly.
was really funny. That
Or for
was
the ones
funny.
who remember the heyday of Mighty Molly, remember the hardcore title flip flops back in that day?
Yep.
Remember her getting knocked the fuck out by that swinging door?
So I've seen that. I've seen that.
Sold me.
I've seen that.
Shit. I forgot about that.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Mighty Molly all the way.
I like it. Well, the 3 count has spoken, but who do you guys think between Jillian Hall and Mighty Molly? Let us know in the comments and stuff, and also put it on your vote on Spotify. Don't listen to the Red Prince.
Like just
because
Shecky Shabazz. I'm
again-
Shecky Shabazz with a 3 count podcast.
Again, again, you know, whether you're a new element or you're the Red Prince, you should definitely know. You should choose on your own opinion.
All righty, this was fun. Big shout out to Lou for coming back. Listen, it's always fun when you just randomly pop on and yeah, fuck you too. I love you, buddy. Listen,
Hey,
shut up.
first off,
Listen.
Thank you
Oh,
for
God.
letting me be on your podcast.
Oh, you say Cliff. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Is it though?
Is
it crazy?
Anyway, I was gonna say thank you, Shecky Shabazz.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Can I have
Anyway.
some party? I have some. Oh, are we wrapping everything up and we're just gonna get out of here?
That's what. Yeah. I'm wrapping up.
Oh, okay. I got some parting words
Uh-oh.
for everybody since we kind of like glanced over like the other subject. Thank you guys for having me on real quick. I love the 3 Count podcast. Appreciate you all. CM Punk was right. See ya.
I mean,
he did.
Wrong.
Oh, wow, he
CM Punk
did.
was right.
He legit dipped. Oh wow, he did that.
CM Punk was right.
I mean, I don't disagree with that. But wow,
I
only
would have shot all
Only
3 of
TJ.
them. Same.
only TJ. Only
I
TJ.
would've
Wow.
totally I would have shot the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega if they came in my locker room.
All right. Now that you're talking about attempted murder, let's wrap this up. Look,
It ain't attempted murder if they busted on me.
no, but anyway. Oh my goodness. So look, if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow us on all your social media platforms: Twitter 3count_pod, Instagram, TikTok 3countpod. If you watch this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Twitch, hit that follow button. If you're feeling generous, hit the subscribe. Also, for all of our did he leave? He could have waited till the end. He why did he do that? See, this is why I get mad with him. This is why he's fired. This is why he's not getting paid for this guest episode either. That's why you don't get royalty check, because I hold them.
Wow.
I own his likeness.
Oh shit! It just wow.
I mean, yeah, man. Me.
You talk about me. I was just talking about manslaughter.
See, I'm hitting them with herds, corporate way.
Dealing.
Anyway, like I said, follow social media, subscribe YouTube. Make sure you hit us with the 5-star Frog Splash review on Apple Podcasts. Give us a like on Spotify. If you know somebody that likes wrestling, and send them this podcast for real. Definitely send them this podcast. Check out Now Enter the Ring coming out. The episode's coming out this week. Yeah. Follow Red Dog on YouTube. All right, at Red Dog. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to Pure Ignorance on YouTube. Don't follow Master Xehanort. He's just going to take your heart.
Yep.
I need you to do a cosplay for that. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But all right,
cool. I might do that for Halloween next year.
Bro, listen, I'll let you borrow my Keyblade. I'll send it to you.
All right.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an episode of the 3 Count Podcast Debate Show. I'm your boy, your nephew, your cousin, the world's greatest hater, the Don, Chaz Evans, and you know what? You're gonna actually listen to another episode. That's what you're gonna do. You're just gonna hit stop right now and go to like an interview. Yeah, Now Enter the Ring. Or you know what? Actually, you're gonna go to Red Dog's YouTube channel. You're gonna watch one of his little matches. Okay, yeah. You know what? Actually, No, you're gonna go to my channel. Go watch a Pure Ignorance match, G. Duffin season.
You're gonna share this episode with 6 people and have them subscribe to us, because then we will be at 200 subscribers. Just 6 people is all we need.
What he said.
6 people, man. Just
6 people. Send it to 6 people. Yeah, what Cliff said.
And
Peace
I won't
out.
come.
Hey guys, it's the host of the 3 Count, Chaz Evans here. Make sure to let you know that I don't run shit, I don't do shit, I just talk shit. And make sure you subscribe to our podcast. What else did you do? You should also follow us on all social medias. That's the Facebook at 3 Count Podcast, the Instagram at 3 Count Pod, and the Twitter at 3count_pod. Also, if you like us a lot, you should definitely buy a t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/3countpod, and that's the number 3. Don't be an idiot and type in THREE, because you're not going to find anything. So make sure you follow us at 3countpod or 3count_pod on Twitter and buy a shirt. Be there or be somewhere else.